Okay, I have vowed not to do too many live videos anymore because things sometimes won't come out right. I need the ability to correct them. But I got some huge news this morning. This is huge news, and we've been seeing this developing now for several weeks. But it looks like it's going to be official in a vote. And this is, I'm going to bring together how tragic I believe this is for Trump, for the Constitution, for gun owners, and now perhaps Trump has some ulterior motives. I do not know, but I will tell you this: that the news I'm getting ready to share with you is tragic news for all three, and I'll bring them together and I'll explain to you why. But let me read this to you. It says, breaking: first gun confiscation vote now scheduled in Congress. The deal has officially been reached. Republicans and Democrats have come to terms on a new federal gun confiscation program. They don't call it that. I'll read what they call it in a moment. The media calls it a red flag law, but the technical name for it is an extreme risk protection order. The compromise that was just reached would create a federal program to help states confiscate their residents' guns, even if they've not committed a crime. If that sounds unconstitutional to you, it should. It is flagrantly unconstitutional. Extreme risk protection orders work by targeting people who are believed to be dangerous, but before they've actually committed a crime. What has happened to being innocent until proven guilty? If a family member, neighbor, friend, coworker, or even a complete stranger tells police that they think a gun owner is dangerous, that hearsay alone would be enough to justify a confiscation raid. I'm not going to read the rest of it. Every state has been a little bit different up to this point. I have not seen the legislation that's proposed here. I don't know what the legislation is, but if you love your Constitution and you love the United States, I want to recommend to you that you research this. Now, I'm going to share some things that have just happened, and we got it today from YouTube, which makes me believe that people say conspiracy theories. There are things that happen behind the scenes that we cannot always explain. But I'm going to tell you what we got today. I'm going to read this from, and this is a very famous YouTuber that texted me this morning. I forget how many million followers he has, but he texted me and he said, bottom line is, if you have guns on your videos, you cannot monetize your channel, or at least you cannot monetize those videos. But it could stop you from getting permission to monetize, period. So for people who have put thousands of hours into creating content for folks out there, this is a huge thing. But here, let me bring this back to why this is a tragedy, I think, for Trump. Now, I put a picture up for this video. Trump has openly talked about trying to have some type of common ground for gun laws. And I don't disagree with certain things about background checks. I don't disagree that anybody who is a criminal should not own a gun. I do not think we have precognates in this world which are able to tell the future. And I certainly don't think that an ex-lover, an ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, ex-spouse, neighbor who hates your guts, Hatfields and McCoys should be able to go down to the local police department and have your guns confiscated. So here's what happens. If your guns get confiscated, you have to get them back. How do you get them back? You got to go through a legal process. You have to pay somebody to do that. Who's going to reimburse you for the money it takes to hire an attorney, to go in front of the judge, to go in front of the courts and get your things back? We're really seriously getting into a dangerous area here of guilty until proven innocent, which is the complete obverse of what we already have in this country. Now, we already have assault. We already have a lot of domestic laws. We already have things which will allow courses of action to be taken, but something happens first. I just think, and I hope that I am not being too critical of Trump, because he has been proven up to this point to be very intelligent. The way he's fleshed out some of the rhinos and the openly, blatantly anti-constitutional people who sit in our House and our Senate. But at this point, I want to see something verbal from Trump that says, this is unconstitutional. We're not going to do this. I'm going to veto this. I don't know what's going to happen, but we have literally the foundation for a gun confiscation law nationwide, and all it takes, pardon the French, is a pissed off neighbor. That's all it takes. A pissed off neighbor to go down to the police department and say, Jack McCoy down there, he's got guns and he threatened me. That's all it takes. That's literally all it takes. And I do think if Trump doesn't come out and be verbally and openly against this, then it's going to alienate a huge part of his base. And listen, we're not just talking about conservatives and Democrats. There's a lot of Republicans and Democrats or independents. We're talking about people across the board, because I know plenty of Democrats who've come to us and bought guns from us. There are plenty of independents who come and buy guns from us. There are more people that buy guns than the media wants to let us believe. But if this is the case, Trump, I just think this is a really bad move, and I think it's a tragedy for the United States to see them be able to trample on our Constitution. This is not a good law, and this is not a good idea, and I hope it's killed. Please share. This is a big problem, and I don't know how to end the stream. By the way, brand new iMac. I wasn't going to do many live videos. Maybe I still won't, but this is one that I just got the news today, so I thought I would share it. Share, like, and subscribe.